Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric from Moss Pawn & Gun, and today we're actually performing a little bit of a range test here on the little Mosin that we set up in the how-to video where we accurized the ATI gun. As many of you know, the ATI stock set that's out there right now is a very affordable option for people that just want to restock their Mosin. They do require some inletting work to get them to float good, but I think we've got this thing dialed in quite nicely. We're going to do a range test for you, shoot some groups. The gong I just shot was almost 300 yards away, so it's shooting a very nice group. Looking like we're putting about a 5-inch group down range, so that's very acceptable. The ammunition that we're going to be running today is actually a hunting load that I've cooked up. We're running Winchester brass with a CCI bench rest primer, a 180 grain Sierra Game King projectile, 52 grains of IMR 4350. It is a mildly compressed charge, mild crimp. This is probably one of my go-to hunting loads this year. We'll probably be killing a deer this winter with this load, as will some of my friends later as well. And we'll try to document those hunts when we get around to it. But really, this is just meant to serve as a range test for the accurizing that we did on the little ATI rig here. Just now getting a chance to shoot it, unfortunately, because it is a very nice gun, and I hope that we get to play with it some more in the future. We're going to shoot it some for you today, and hopefully you'll enjoy this little video. And some of you that have an ATI gun set up with the ATI stock can hopefully accurize it a little bit, get it shooting a little bit better for you. So let's get rolling with the test here. I got a little Prairie Dog down there about 200 yards away, all kind of other steel. Let's see if we can hit a few things here. All right, let's see if I can smoke that Prairie Dog down there. He's awfully tiny. Nailed him. That Prairie Dog is like this tall and that wide. And I hit him at like 200 yards with this thing. This is a deer rifle, not a varmint rifle, but I'll take it. All right, we're gonna fire a couple of groups for you. Same load, 180 grain Sierra Game King. Shooting pretty good so far. Let's see how it groups at 100. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot 5 more. I'm not really going to let the gun cool off at all. I think we need to let some fouling kind of gather into the barrel. We should be okay. Preliminary accuracy is not bad. Let's just see how these other groups turn out. Give us a little bit to go on here. You know what? I think we can live with that group. That's pretty respectable accuracy. I mean, really for any factory gun, like a Remington 700 or anything like that, but especially for, you know, a 70-year-old military bolt action, I think that's some pretty respectable accuracy. I think we can live with that. This rig definitely shoots good. I've ran a few of the ATI rigs as is, and they shoot pretty good. But generally, you're going to get a lot better accuracy when you actually take the time to do a little bit of bedding work and to relieve the stock. But that should give you a pretty good indication of what kind of accuracy you can expect out of a rig like this. The scope that we're running is one of the little Vortex Crossfires. It's a 4-12 by 40 millimeter. Pretty solid little scope, you know, and the Vortex line, the Crossfire is kind of like their entry-level scope, so it's not a real fancy scope. Seems to be holding a 0 just fine. So we might shoot one more group just to make sure that I can get lucky there, and we'll ding a little bit more steel for you. See if we can hit that little gopher again. We nailed him at about 200 yards. It's a very small target, so we'll see how this does. All right, we're going to shoot one more group for you. We made a few adjustments to the scope. on that last group, it fell into about 3/4 of an inch, so it's shooting quite nicely. Hopefully we got our 0 brought back over, and then we'll take some more long range shots. This gun is shooting phenomenal, which, you know, I have to give a little bit of credit to my good hand loads here. So I'd like to think my hand loads played some part. All right, let's try again. It looks like on that one, even though we might have had one low flyer, it's still shooting into around an inch, maybe just a little bit over. So still shooting excellent. That's definitely a capable hunting rifle. I know most of you that put these rigs together, you're probably wanting a 100-yard deer gun or a 200-yard deer gun. People, it's definitely capable of that. Get you a good mount, good stock, decent set of glass, and cook you up some Bambi killing hand loads like I got here, and you might have a winning combination there. I want to hit that Prairie Dog a couple more times before the day's out. What was the itty bitty little guy? Did I hit him?
Yeah, same place.
Really? Nice. He's so small, it's hard to tell if I'm hitting him or not. I thought I heard it.
Oh yeah, same place.
Man, that little turd. Man, could you imagine that 180 grain bullet hitting a gopher?
Dude.
Well, it turned him inside out. I'd like to see this load against a coyote. Any of you guys got a coyote problem, give us a call. We'll come take care of it.
An inch of that last shot.
That's one dead gopher, man. He ain't walking away from that. All right, number 5.
Right in the neck.
Well, 5 times in a row, that's not bad for that little guy. Here's the thing. If you can hit that little gopher from 200 yards, you can hit a deer with this thing at 5 easy. Well, we can see that this rig shoots quite nicely. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know we do a lot of Mosin stuff, so I appreciate you guys watching. I know there's a ton of these stocks out there. There's a ton of the ATI components out there. So this is just gives you guys a good bit of hope to let you know that, you know, there can be some accurizing done on a synthetic stock. That's actually a question that we get quite often. People ask us about synthetic stocks and whether or not they're worth messing with. The short answer is yes, they are. If you're willing to put the work into them, be sure to refer back to our how-to video on how we accurize this rig to get it to shoot that good. It's definitely not a Remington 700 by any means, but for an old gun, for an old 75-year-old warhorse, I think it's still got a lot of life left in it. The main qualm I guess I have with the military guns that are sporterized, I mean, mainly is the fact that you just really don't know how good the guns are going to shoot until you actually get out there and do some work with it. Whether you put it in a little bit of a donor stock that you've got and try to do some basic accuracy testing to see how good the barrel's going to shoot, that's really about the only downside to the surplus guns, is that they do have surplus barrels in them. Sometimes they're not turned on a true center. Sometimes they don't shoot all that great. Sometimes the condition's not very good. But generally speaking, if you get one with a good, nice looking bore and generally turned on a true center, you know, the bore's not all canny-wampus off the center of the stock, they generally shoot pretty good. So thanks for watching today, and I hope you'll tune in next time. We definitely have more of these videos on the way. So be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links are below. And remember, we also have an exciting new website coming up soon. I'll keep you guys updated on the progress as we move along. Have a good one.